Oh, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Um, I'm Addison. I've been a web designer, developer, art director, whatever you want to call it, for a long, long time now. And I like to try to share some fun web things here. And lately, I've been working on a client project where they wanted some animation that happens when you scroll. And I've found some cool ways to do it. And, well, I was going to say oddly enough. No, not oddly enough. GenerateBlocks makes it easier. They don't include everything you need for it, but we just need a little bit of JavaScript. And I'm going to show you how you can create your own scroll animations pretty easily. Now, this is going to be really simple. We're going to make this block spin as we scroll down the page. So I'm going to jump right in. So first, we're going to come back to that. Let's go to pages, and I'm going to show you how I've set this up. So where is my scroll animation? Again, this is really bare bones. So I'm in GenerateBlocks Pro. I don't think you have all the things you need in just the free version of GenerateBlocks. I think you'll need both. So we have our container and we have our, I'm going to rename this real quick. Animated block. Yeah, so I've created a container here and I've made it taller than it needs to be. I've also set it to flex so the item will be placed in the center position. I've made it 1200 pixels tall. You make it however tall you want it to be, just so I have some room to scroll. And I've also made this inner block that we're going to animate 400 pixels wide. I've given it a background color, and I have not applied any effects to it. So what you have to do, a couple of things. Go right to the settings for the block and go to advanced. First, we give it an ID. We need a way to reference it easily in JavaScript. And I always find that the ID attribute is super easy because we just use the JavaScript method, get element by ID. Now, here's the other thing you have to do. We're going to apply an inline style attribute, and we're going to put in this. Let me see if I can pull this out and show it to you. It's going to look a little weird, but yeah. This is where I'm pulling some other stuff I'm going to show you, but we want to put an inline style attribute. So essentially it looks like this. Style equals transform. So this is just a CSS property that we're applying inline. And what this does is it lets JavaScript reference it and modify the value based on this. We call it a variable, a CSS custom property, whatever. So this is applied in GenerateBlocks. We're adding it as an attribute, as a style attribute. Yeah, whatever your preferred method of pronunciation is. And that will do it for that. So again, apply an ID to this inner block we're going to animate and apply the style attribute with the CSS custom property, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to reference it later. So I'm going to save that real quick. And now we're going to jump back out here and go to appearance and our theme file editor. And I could be doing it in my child theme. So this is a child theme. You could do this in a code snippet plugin. It does not matter. So I think, I'm not even sure you have to do this, but I'm going to set up this property right here. Actually, I'm going to put it under my defaults. So root just means we're going to make it available to the entire document, HTML document. We could put this inside of an element reference, like a class name or an ID, and it would only be available within that element. And we're going to give it just a default 0 degrees. Okay. So we're going to update there. And then we're going to go to our JavaScript. And again, you could do this in a snippets plugin. So right now, if I refresh and we view the page, we just get a static block. But now, okay, normally I have a lot of stuff going on here. Normally I put everything within this event listener for the window that says, hey, when everything's loaded on the page, then fire these functions. And I put all my goodies, my stuff that I want to happen within these functions so I can call them or disable them as I please. Now this, we're just going to pretend that I have no other JavaScript. And first, we're going to declare a variable called RotateBlock. I'm making it a constant because it's not going to change. We're just referencing it. We're saying, hey, JavaScript, go out there to the document and get this element by ID. And it's called, RotateBlock. And then we're going to say, hey, if you are able to get RotateBlock, if it's not null or whatever it is when it doesn't find it, because it might not be on the page we're looking for. And add an event listener to the window that listens for scrolling. And then when you feel some scrolling, when you get some scrolling, let's start doing some stuff. So we're going to do another variable, and it can stay the same too. Somehow it's going to change, but I don't know, because it's going to contain the scroll value of the window, the vertical, so scroll Y. And then this one is going to change. I mean, they're both going to change. I don't know why. I wonder if I can make this one a constant too. So a constant, when you declare it as a constant, it changes. The constant means it's not going to change, but it is. Maybe because it's always the scroll value. Maybe that's just it. I don't know. Scroll POS, and I'm going to divide it by 2 because I want to slow it down a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to reference this block again. So we're going to say rotate block style. Let's go to the rotate block, look for that style attribute, and set property, the custom property. Oh, I was supposed to put it in quotes. Sorry. Can I do that? I can do that. So set the property rotate value to rotate. We're going to fill it with that variable, but we're going to concatenate it. I think that's the word because it needs degrees on it. So this is just a number. The scroll position divided by 2 is just going to give us a number. And so we want it to actually be degrees. And why is this thing fussing at me so much? You don't have to do the, what is it? Missing initializer. Okay, maybe it's going to completely bomb. So now let's refresh. And look at there, ladies and gentlemen. So here's what's happening behind the scenes. So that JavaScript is referencing this element, and it's saying, hey, go look at this thing, go reference it, and update that value to whatever the scroll position is divided by 2. And it rotates it for us. So that's pretty freaking cool, and that opens up a lot of possibilities. And you know what? I'm going to leave it right there because this may be one of the shortest videos I've ever done, and you guys are busy, as am I. I may expand on this later as I discover some stuff because what I'm actually working on is more complex. So yeah, I'll elaborate on this as I learn more. But guys, have fun with that. I'll post this to, or maybe I won't post it. It's short enough. I'll see. I don't know. I may post a gist for it so you guys can reference it. But take care. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time.